a restaurant owned by a world-class chef delivered anything less than a world-class culinary experience, you'd never come back. But Naperville, you do come back time and time again. This is Ramsay's Kitchen. When you're ready for a special night out and you're looking for something that is quite a few steps above the norm, where else can you go but Ramsay's Kitchen? I'm here today in Ramsay's Kitchen with Executive Chef Nina Madsen, General Manager Mona Blau. Ladies, thank you for having us here today.
Thank you for joining us.
Yeah. So what are we going to start out with today?
So today we're starting with our potato leek soup. So it's going to be potato and leek that we're going to mix together with haystack potato strings, bacon lardons, and scallions as garnish.
So I got to mix it. It's a little interactive. I got to mix it together.
Correct,
here.
yes.
There's some texture here, right? Mm-hmm. All right, so we got to try this here. You really feel like the aeration, right? Mm-hmm. Because I take a bite and I expect it to be like a heavy potato cream soup, and it's not heavy. It's very light. And it's funny, like you get that Calabrian chili oil. It's almost like a smell of like pepperoni, in a way. I mean, so which I mean like as a compliment. It's like a familiar, at least for an Italian from Chicago.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. So Chef Nina, tell me about menu planning. I know that you're representing an established brand, an established multi-Michelin star chef. How does it work at the local level? How are you able to input in the creative process? Can you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, sure. So we do menu changes twice a year, right? So we do summer and spring menu changes and then fall and winter menu changes. We like to keep a lot of it signature dishes on the menu. Those are the things you're gonna see that one, he's been famous for.
Sure.
We also do a lot of local changes. So we take localized dishes or favorites of the Naperville area, and then we go ahead and modernize them or bring them up to a Michelin star level, and then bring them to the table to serve you guys.
Yeah, so I'd imagine, right, so here in Naperville, in Illinois, the menu's gonna be different than if we were in California or Louisiana or something, right?
Sure. Yeah. We want there to still be consistency, because if you travel to any RK, you should be able to eat and dine the same experience.
Okay.
But so we do about a 75% Ramsay standard menu, which changes, and then 25% of it's local, that we get a lot of input and deal with local vendors and everything, where we figure out locally grown and sourced products that we introduce into the market as well.
Yeah, that's part of that melding, right? Like we've been talking about bringing the established brand, but making it a part of the local community, a part of the region. And to me, that seems to be what's the mark of success for this restaurant.
This is our cacio e pepe nudie. It's going to be very close to a gnocchi. It's actually made with ricotta. And then the pan sauce that we created, garnished with fresh chives, fresh cracked pepper, and then the Parmesan Reggiano cheese.
So I'm intrigued by the nudie. I've never had it before. I know it's like a cousin of gnocchi, right?
Yeah.
And I love the story, the idea of it being like nude, like it's the inside of the ravioli, right?
Correct.
And again, like a twist on comfort, right? And we just had like a comforting winter soup. And so who hasn't had ravioli 1,000 times? And I'm not talking about Chef Boyardee, but you know, Nana makes some ravioli for Sunday dinner. And this is reminiscent of that, but again, brought to another level. So let's taste it. Great. Light, like indeed, like that's, the texture is different than I thought it was gonna be.
It's pillowy and soft.
Yeah, the way I explain it to my team when we go over the demos and stuff of learning it is that it should feel like how you feel when you're falling asleep on a fresh bed of sheets, right? And your head hits the pillow and it's just light and airy. That's the feeling we want to invoke when you're eating it, is like that warmth, comfort feeling.
Wow, that's really good. I could eat about 42 of those. Like a little pillow. Thank you. All right, Nina, tell us about our dessert here, because I'm not going to be able to hold back very much longer.
Of course, we have our chocolate pâte crème with cocoa madeleines and white chantilly cream.
So what's the best way to eat this? Should I fork it? Should I dip it?
So we're all about, you know, representing yourself the best way yourself possible. I would say potentially the more elegant way would be to go ahead and eat them together, maybe cut the madeleine.
Yeah.
But we're all about, you know, your experience here, so.
Well, I love it, because again, I mean, every dish we've tried so far is a play on something that's homey and familiar, right, but elegant. And again, like the madeleine, it's not quite a cookie, not quite a cake, but it's like a childhood kind of favorite, right? I mean, very accessible, get a little bit of everything here. All right, that's a big bite. Can I open my mouth wide enough? Let's find out. I love the crunch on the outside. That makes a difference, right? Because otherwise they're very soft on their own. And it's nice to have the warm with the cool, and these little shavings kind of make it for me, to be honest with you. I love it. I want to thank Chef Nina and Mona and the entire staff here at Ramsay's Kitchen for treating us like true VIPs and delivering the exact type of experience I would expect from Chef Gordon Ramsay. Be sure to get down here and be sure to stick around for our next bite on Naper Bites.